Banks Productions, baby.
Yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. Move the sticks, first down. You better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the bars, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run,
Okay.
and that's your ass, boy, you done.
Yeah.
It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. It's your host, Filthy Rich. Call into the show. We live all the time, man. Yeah, it's the underground. You know what it is, man. 412-407-2744. Call into the show, man. Talk your sports, talk your shit, because that's what we do out around here, man. You know what it is, man. We got a whole bunch to talk about today. You already know it, man. The pre-draft show, post-draft show. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got to get into it. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Yeah. Great time in Pittsburgh we had this weekend. Did we not? Yeah. So let's get into it, man. Appreciate you showing up, man. If you in the chat, hit me up right now, man. Let me know you in the house, you know what I'm saying? Once again, call into the show, man. Anytime, change the subject. It don't matter. It don't matter at all, man. It don't matter. It's the Underground Sports Show. It's my show. It's your show. So let's get it on, man. Let's get it on, man. Once again, the post-draft show, post-draft Pittsburgh show, man. Big draft in Pittsburgh this weekend, man. And you gotta love it, dog. You gotta love it. Man, what a wonderful weekend we had. No matter if you enjoy the draft, the weather, the Penguins finally getting the W, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it was all good in the Berg. It was all good in the Berg for the weekend, man. For the weekend, we came through. Now, we had our ups and downs over the weekend, man. Now, it was in true Pittsburgh Steelers fashion, was it not? And I'm talking about just how the draft went down. Not all the outside stuff that's for the fans, but for the hardcore, get into the game, follow the draft people, man, was it ups and downs just like a Steeler game. Pittsburgh fashion, man. We done all seen the Steeler game, and we know how it go. As soon as they play Renegade, lately at least, some bullshit happened, right? And it seemed like that's what happened on night one of the draft here in Pittsburgh, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people disappointed in the first quarter. But in true Pittsburgh Steelers fashion, we ain't about to just lose, dog. We got to make it come back. You know what I'm saying? We got to make it look good, at least. We got to make it look good. And I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers made up for how people felt on Saturday night. On Thursday night, on the first night of the draft. Now, I ain't saying the Steelers did mess up, but that was the overall vibe. No matter how you felt when you woke up the next morning and thought about it, no matter how you feel today and you've adjusted and you really read the room or read the board the way you did, a lot of people were disappointed, okay? I had a show Friday night, and I had callers calling in disappointed about the situation, and I also had callers calling in saying, relax. I was one of the people disappointed. My first caller called in Friday and told me to relax. It's okay, right? And it seems like they did redeem themselves. As we were speaking, that was early in the show, I had a show Friday night that went very well, man. I appreciate everybody that showed up. I appreciate everybody that called in, everybody that hit the like button, got plenty of views, man. Hey, I appreciate all the support, man. For real, for real. But as day 2 of the draft started, they kind of fixed what I wanted. And everybody that's paying attention, definitely that's watching the Underground, know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't gotta say much. But we definitely gonna get deep into all that this show. We definitely gonna get deep into that. It's Sunday. It's time to relax. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's a weekend review, but it's just a weekend review this time, man. We're going to review this Steelers draft and, of course, the whole draft all together. But I did a lot of that Friday, so I definitely want to focus on the Steelers a lot. And then we're going to definitely get into the division and see what they did in the draft as far as the Cincinnati Bengals, the Ravens, and the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns took a player that I really wanted, and the Steelers took a player that I really didn't want. So we definitely got a lot to get into, man, because I really want to see how y'all feel also, man. So, you know, in true Steeler fashion, like I said, it went up and down. And then at the end, they made you happy enough to be a Steeler fan, especially with the last pick, man. Especially with the last pick. And you see what it is, man. You see what it is. USMC, man. United States Marine Corps, Semper Fidelis. Yes, we got a Marine on the squad, baby. We got a Marine on the squad. And I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but the last pick in the draft, my man from Navy, Eli Hendon. I don't even want to say his name wrong. I got two dudes that I got to learn their names. Heinrich. Is that how you say his name? Hold up. Let me. I got it right here. I don't want to mess him up like that. Let me see if I can get it. Heidenreich, right? Heidenreich. When I look at it, I can say it. When I look away, I'm like, hey, you're messing me up again. Eli, Marine Corps, big dog. Marine Corps. Yes, my man is United States Marines. They changed the rules for Army and Navy college football that they can now join the draft if they're good enough and don't have to commit to their service right away. And that helps them with their recruiting, I believe. And my man Eli is a good-looking player, baby. He's a good-looking player. So, yeah, we're going to get into that too, man. I appreciate everybody. If you up in here, man, make sure y'all hit the like button. One more thing I want to say before we get deep is, first of all, let's get into the question of the day. Question of the day is I already know you know what's up, but even though we're going to dig into it, man, give me your Steelers draft grade, man. You call into the show. Tell me what you think about the draft, man. Break it all down for everybody, man. Put it on wax. Tell me you right, tell me you wrong, whatever it is, man, let me know, man, all right? Also, we got the Cash App to support the show, man. Please support the show. It's the Underground 2525 Cash App, man, so we can support the show. I don't care if it's a penny. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $2. I don't care if it's a pork chop, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, support the show, man. Appreciate y'all all the time. Support the show. And what I want to do is give away a PlayStation 5, man. That's the first thing we're going to do with the support money here on the Underground, okay? That's the first thing we're going to do is give away a PlayStation 5. And as you can see, we got a little support already, and we got a couple contestants in the giveaway already because I'm keeping track of who supports the show, okay? When you support the show through the Cash App, I'm putting it to the side, and I know, and that registers you to win the PlayStation 5, man. It's going to be like a raffle, and we're going to do it like that, all right? Some type of raffle. I ain't going to tell you what type of raffle it is yet, but we're going to give away this PlayStation 5 week 8 of the Steelers season, okay? Between week 8 and week 9 of the Steelers season on the Game Day show. We're going to give away this PlayStation 5, all right? If we can get enough support. Right now, we got $30 in the pot. That's a good start, man. We only had 2 shows with the support up. I'm with it. Like I said, $1, $2, pork chop. I'm cool, man. I eat pork. You know what I'm saying? Hook it up. Hook it up, man. All right, support the show, man. It's your host again, Filthy Rich, man. In the house. Let's get into it, man. Been BSing for a minute. But I did enjoy my draft weekend, man. And, you know, this is just a good weekend to relax and chill out. Like I said, the weather was great. Took the kids up to Mount Washington so they can say they seen everything that the draft had to offer, right? We seen it all in one look, man. I woke the kids up Saturday morning and say, yo, y'all want to go to the draft? It was like, nah, Pops, that's too many peoples for me. That's too many peoples. And I was like, you know what? I ain't mad at you. Apple don't fall far from the tree. But, you know, we did hit Mount Washington up early in the morning, about 9:30 in the morning yesterday. Got out there. Weather was beautiful. It was raining, but we still was beautiful, man. And we got up there, took a few pictures, and they got to see everything the draft had to offer in one shot, man. They couldn't be mad at me. They can't get old and get mad at me and be like, Dad, why didn't you take me to the draft? And because they don't know no better now, you know what I'm saying? But they be 17 talking about, you should have took me to the draft when it was in Pittsburgh. Well, you got to see everything. I'll tell you that. All right, well, I thought the story today was going to be pretty wild, but it isn't. And we'll get, and my bad, let's get into something I wanted to say before that too. Let's start from the bottom, matter of fact. Let's start from the bottom. Let's get this pot out of here. That's the PlayStation 5 pot, man. Support the show. You know what I'm saying? Support the show all day. Let's talk about somebody at the bottom. Because all these dudes coming from the bottom, right? Not all of them, but most of these dudes coming. I know who ain't coming from the bottom. Did y'all see Fernando Mendoza's party, bruh? That crib was crazy. The boys, and you know what? I don't know if these dudes are coming from the bottom like they used to no more with this NIL money, man, and all that. You know what I'm saying? These, especially the quarterbacks. The quarterbacks are straight. But no, speaking of coming from the bottom, this dude, realistic, he's coming from the bottom. Let's talk about Mr. Irrelevant. Mr. Irrelevant in this draft was drafted by the Denver Broncos. Red Murdoch is Mr. Irrelevant. His linebacker goes last in the draft. For newly minted Denver Broncos, Red Murdoch, it was highly relevant. He is now the draft's Mr. Irrelevant, okay? Murdoch, 257 final pick in the draft, said Saturday he didn't know much about the annual festival and celebrates the final selection, okay? But he is happy to be part of it because it meant Broncos had called his name just before the draft ended, okay? Mr. Irrelevant gets to go to Disney World and all that stuff. I didn't know that. That shocked him. He was like, cool, you know what I'm saying? He says, I know a little bit about Mr. Irrelevant, but the main thing is I got an opportunity to make the most and help us win, Murdoch said. It was a pretty emotional moment trying to hold it in front of my family and everything. I was just really excited to get an opportunity. The Broncos, man, I'm just really excited to play for the Broncos. That's a great team. It's playing out perfectly. Okay, he's the last pick in the draft, but he gets to go to a team that made the AFC Championship last year. Maybe he can make something of it. Mr. Irrelevant, man, you at least got to make the kickoff team. You know what I'm saying? That's how I go. That's how I go when you pick number 7. But let's listen up to my man Murdoch, man. The Broncos became the first team in the common draft era to have the two last picks of the draft. They picked the tight end, and then they picked my man Murdoch as Mr. Irrelevant. But let's get into him. Murdoch, who set the FBS record with 17 forced fumbles in his career at Buffalo. A 3-year career at Buffalo, and my man had 17 forced fumbles, okay? In 3 seasons as a starter at Buffalo, Murdoch had 60, 156, and 142 tackles, respectively. And he finished his career with 39 and a half tackles for a loss, man. That's pretty good, man. I'll take that. That's about 12, 13, 14 tackles for a loss a year. So he's a penetrator, man. You know, I know it's the Broncos and all, y'all, but you know how I get around the league, man. It's Mr. Irrelevant, man. I always pay attention and see who Mr. Irrelevant is. Let's see if we can catch him on film a little bit. Here, Mr. Red Murdoch. Let's see what he gonna show us, man. Cause 6 forced fumbles, that's what's up. All right, let's go, Murdoch. Okay, there go one of them tackle for losses right there. We're only gonna get into it for about a minute and some change here, but I want you to see even the last guy in the draft. Everybody's highlight film look good, don't it? Ooh, big hit here. Big hit here. My man down in the MAC, and plenty of good players coming out of the MAC, man. Down here in Buffalo, We already know Khalil Mack went to Buffalo. He's still in the league, being a dog. We also know Big Ben comes out of the Mac. James Harrison coming out of the Mac on defense. So, yeah, these Mac guys, they might get slip on, but they can play. They can definitely play. Very disruptive right there. I want y'all to see a couple of plays where you get some strips. There go one right there. Here we go. Boom. Nice hit to get the strip. And these ain't just no lucky strips he's getting. He's making contact. He's making contact. Here's another one right here. Boom. Punch. You see the peanut punch? The man got the peanut punch. Boom. Mr. Irrelevant in the house. And they taking it to the crib. Boom. Hey, great play. Great play, Mr. Irrelevant. Red Murdoch, man. Y'all remember Red Murdoch, man. Mr. Irrelevant in the 2026 draft. Not only the 2026 draft, the Pittsburgh draft, man. One of the best drafts ever. What, man? Broke the record. Broke two records, right? Broke the record for the first day and broke the total record. 805,000 people. I don't know how Pittsburgh kept the road so empty, how everything went so smooth. But shout out to Pittsburgh, man, for making the draft smooth. For real, man. Shout out to Pittsburgh for making the draft smooth. All right, so I thought the story of the draft was going to be the Philadelphia Eagles fleeced the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Flyers swept the Penguins. But that wasn't the case. Both teams made a little comeback, all right? Both teams held it down, man. Both teams held it down, and both teams made a little recovery, okay? The Steelers made a recovery in the draft, and the Penguins, you know what I'm saying, beat the Flyers and make it 3-1. We didn't want to hear the sweep thing. Now it might be a gentleman's sweep, but hey, you never know, man. We coming back to the Burgh. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. But let's talk about this Makai Lemon whole situation here, because it's pretty wild how people were saying we got fleeced. I don't know if it's really that. We shall see. I wanted to bring up a video here, and I almost forgot about it. Let's go here, because I really can't break it down without letting y'all hear where some of these things came from. All right?
Hello, it's your favorite.
So, yeah, let's hear it here. Hold up. Nope, I can't do it here. I want to show y'all this video real quick. Hold up. There we go. All right, we got it. All right, this is Uncle Ocho right here. You know what I'm saying? And this is very interesting because this comes from some guy that we don't know. I don't know who this dude is, but he's definitely spilling the rumors out there. So let's see if it's worth the conversation.
Development that Pittsburgh.
Hold up.
The Steelers.
All right, let's listen to real quick.
All right, now we head to the NFL. Joe, your Cowboys reportedly screwed the Steelers last night. Let's take a listen to the report that Chris Harris from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. This is what he said.
Pittsburgh is pissed about this. They feel like Dallas duped them. They, especially with the draft being in Pittsburgh, they felt embarrassed on a national stage. So there was a wild development that happened in the war room, not only in Dallas last night, but also in Pittsburgh and in Philadelphia. So the Cowboys are sitting there on the clock at pick 20. They were planning on taking Malachi Lawrence right there, but they did, entering that pick, they wanted to trade back. They had been tipped off somehow that Makai Lemon was going to be the pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the USC wide receiver. there's a lot of connections with that new Pittsburgh staff. Remember, Mike McCarthy is the new head coach there. He hired a lot of assistant coaches and executives and scouts and people behind the scenes that were in Dallas just a couple of years ago.
Okay, so you see what my man said. Now, I don't know who the hell this dude is, so I don't know how much we can trust this. But look here, man. It's already been nationally thrown out there by Uncle Ocho already. So, hey, man, you see what he said. He said Mike McCarthy might have left a couple people behind that know a couple people that work for the Steelers now. And maybe somebody snitched to the Eagles that, hey, we picking Mekhi Lemon. All right, we're picking Mekhi Lemon. Now, I don't know how real that could be because, do you really have to leak to the Eagles that the Steelers might be picking Mekhi Lemon? I mean, did you see the receiver stats last year? Do you see how many receivers we have on the roster? It's obvious the Steelers want and need a wide receiver, no matter if they was going pass or not. The need is there, and that's all you need to know for the Philadelphia Eagles, right? That's all you need to know. So let's keep listening to my man, because I just don't know, man. This ain't like this is Ian Rappaport or no shit. And they just running with it. All right, let's go.
So it could have been as simple as someone in the Dallas war room just shooting a text to somebody in the Pittsburgh war room, being like, hey, who are y'all taking here? And them thinking, oh, the Cowboys are taking defense. This is just two guys, two girls talking right here. It's like, oh, we're taking Mekhi Lemon, And the Cowboys call Philadelphia. Cowboys call Philadelphia. They're like, hey, the Steelers are going to take Mekhi Lemon. We know you want a receiver. Come up here, do this deal with us, and give us 2 4th-round picks. And they did the deal. And Pittsburgh is pissed. Wow. Multiple sources have told me this morning.
Damn. I love that.
Yeah.
I love the Cowboys being petty and
yes. It worked out great for them.
This isn't a Boy Scout troop, man. We're trying to win a championship. Yeah. Who cares if the Steelers are pissed off?
There's clips out there of Mekhi Lemon being on the phone with the Pittsburgh Steelers and then him being like, hey, why is Philadelphia calling? And his agent's running in the room. Philly just traded for you. It's going to be Philly. And he has to hang up on the Steelers and answer the Eagles phone call and take that, and he's drafted at the 20th overall pick.
Ooh, hey, that's how business works, ain't it? That's why they, Joe. That's why they call it the war room.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. When it's time for war, ain't no love in that.
You can. I don't.
We are trying to.
I give you a prime example. I know y'all don't remember this story, but I do. Y'all do realize that somebody stole the secrets to Coca-Cola formula, tried to sell it to Pepsi. Guess what Pepsi did?
What they do?
Told Coca-Cola, got the FBI involved, and got their ass arrested. Why?
Don't nobody know what you're talking about. But go ahead.
First of all, I don't blame the Cowboys. But why would somebody in Pittsburgh ever divulge that information? Why would you do that?
Right. Okay, and so that's the point I wanted to do too. Now, like I was saying earlier, I don't know if that's true. Who the hell is that dude? Who the hell is he? You know what I'm saying? Who is this dude? Who's he? So, you just ran with it, and who says it's obvious that the Pittsburgh Steelers could have picked a wide receiver? Now, if you want to get down to the bottom of it, man, let's see what Howie Roseman said. Now, I know all these dudes can lie, man. I know these guys lie. But Howie Roseman, he was saying, look here. Here's the article. Howie explained that it's impossible to predict how the draft is going to play out. And while it was difficult for them to give up, there were 2 4th-round picks, I doubt it, with the GM noting they were excited to start early on Saturday, they felt like it was important to get Lemon. He revealed that they had the wide receiver on the top 15 prospects. So when he didn't go in the top 15 picks, they started looking for opportunities to move up. The GM also said that they had walked through a scenario that Lemon ended up falling past 15, and they ended up trading to get him. So they already practiced it, he said. And they already had him rated at over 15, which I'm sure the Steelers did too. But I don't want to be mad at Pittsburgh for waiting for him to fall, because that's all I heard on Friday was we should have traded up. That was dumb. We should have traded up. No, because once he got past a certain team, bruh. Once he got past a certain team, I said it. I said, look, Makai Lemon is sitting right there. Right there. Now, there's something else I didn't know, which I wish I would have knew. I was saying that there was 2 receivers still sitting there with about 4 picks left. And I'm looking at the teams like, these teams don't really need wide receivers. We're going to have the pick of the litter. We're going to be able to pick Makai Lemon or Omar Cooper Jr. Now, at the same time, I was thinking the Cowboys might steal Makai Lemon or Omar because they're in the same situation as the Cowboys. Their wide receiver, it ain't as bad, but actually it's about the same, because the Eagles are saying that A.J. Brown is still on his team. It ain't over yet. The trade ain't there yet. And everybody thinks they made this pick because of the trade, but they're saying the trade ain't final. And in this article, they're saying that he's still on our team. So that's not why we picked Makai Lemon. That's probably a lie. I get it. But what I'm saying is the Cowboys is almost in that same situation with George Pickens being on the franchise tag that he's on. And he's telling the team, matter of fact, George Pickens, and they're telling America that, look, he's playing on that franchise tag. We're not extending his contract at all. And the type of franchise tag he's on, another team can talk to him. So the Cowboys could have stole the receiver too. So for whatever reason, the Steelers were being patient. They didn't want to waste a pick. Maybe they wanted to wait to move up in that second round, and that was the plan the whole time, to get the tackle instead, right? My man Max Payne. We're going to get to him in a minute. But yeah, the story was how we got fleeced by the Eagles, but it was more like we got fleeced by the Cowboys, man. I don't really want to trust this dude right here coming out saying that he thinks somebody leaked to the Eagles. I just don't see nobody dumb enough to do that. I really don't. To a team like the Eagles that knows their situation. Everybody in Pittsburgh, everybody that was down there knew as soon as the Eagles traded what they traded for. It was quite obvious. The A.J. Brown story is one of the biggest stories in the NFL. The Philadelphia Eagles pass offense, even without A.J. Brown, is one of the biggest stories in the NFL this past season. Why would you not be thinking that they're picking up a wide receiver? Everybody knew it. So you don't have to leak to the Eagles nothing to make them move, because they knew the Pittsburgh Steelers wide receivers was having a problem too. In their pass games having a problem. We got an old quarterback that need help or a young quarterback that need help. So I don't know about that, man. I'm not in on the dude leaked the little information and they fleeced us. Now, did the Cowboys get out on us? I think the Cowboys did it with a smile on their face. I think there was some type of conspiracy from the Cowboys. They said Shazier got stolen from them, not in a move-up type of way, but right before they picked Shazier, the Steelers picked Shazier, Cowboys was on the line with Ryan Shazier, wanting to pick him next, and they called in. They had to hang up because legally you got to hang up when the team that's on the clock calls or you get in trouble. You got to hang up, and that's what they did. They hung up, and the Steelers picked Shazier, and they said Jerry Jones said it out of his mouth. There ain't no he said, she said. Jerry Jones admitted it. So, yes, the Cowboys one-upped us. But was it smart for them? This is what I don't understand. That before you win the Super Bowl, you got to win the division. And that's why Jerry Jones is really, really mad at us. It doesn't only go back 12 years to Ryan Shazier. It goes back almost 50 years to the 70s when they lost to the Steelers twice in the Super Bowl. Even though they got back at us in the 90s, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. Because the rivalry was built in the 70s. And the real America's team was built in the 70s. They can call them America's team, But they asked them second. We said no. We said no. We don't want to be called that. We Pittsburgh's team. Check the facts. So yeah, did the Cowboys get out on us, man? Yeah, but they might have got out on themselves, man. They let one of the best receivers in the draft, if you ask me, go to Philly because of a vendetta with the Steelers. It seems like 2 4th-round picks, that damn sure ain't enough, man. That damn sure ain't enough. Okay? And I really doubt if the Cowboys would have traded with the Steelers. I really doubt it the way it went down, because if they'll trade to the Eagles to get out on the Steelers for 2 4th-round picks, it don't seem like they had too much intentions to help the Steelers out. 2 4th-round picks for a top 15 player in the draft. 2 4th-round picks. Now, if it was a 3rd and a 4th, I would understand. But 2 4th-round picks, I don't get. All right, so another thing I was mad about is that after we got fleeced, whatever you want to call it, Omar Cooper Jr. was still on the board. But once I did my homework, I found out that Omar Cooper Jr. canceled, for whatever reason, we got a caller on the line, canceled his meeting. Hold up, y'all, let's get into it.
Battery 30%. Connected to FI.
Here we go. Ow, we on the underground. What's the deal with you, sir?
What's going on, Rich? How are you?
Chilling. Iceman, what's good? Hold up, let me fix my volume here. My bad. What's good with you?
Nothing, man. I mean, you think that the Dallas would like reward? They basically rewarded someone in their division.
Yep.
The Eagles. They rewarded the Eagles, who's in their division, to give them that guy. I mean, that's crazy. That's a real hatred for us.
That's a real hatred. I mean, but he said it out of his own mouth. I don't know if I would believe it all the way if he didn't say it out of his own mouth. That's what they claim. You know, he said it out of his own mouth in his press conference, and I'm like, dang, bro, like, is it that bad?
Hey, one thing I kept. I mean, I watched the whole thing. Did you get down there? I didn't get down there.
I went to Mount Washington. That was it. Let my kids see the whole thing, and we was good.
Everybody said it was great.
It was.
Everybody.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, they said it was safe. There was plenty of stuff for anyone to do. Like I was out of town. I couldn't get down there, but I love the Iceman chain.
Oh yeah. I told you.
Looks great, but I don't. Did we package any of our picks and trade? Because I didn't see any trades, but we had all those picks.
Yeah.
You know, we took the dude from Mount Lebanon with the last pick.
Yep.
That was great. You think he was there the whole time? He was in his Navy dress blues.
I think he came on the last day. I think he got tipped off by the Steelers because he was talking to the Steelers. That's what he said. They interviewed him like 3-4 times right after he got drafted. I mean, he went from ESPN to local to even smaller than that. Yeah. I've seen him. He was going around. And he said that, you know, he was tipped off, and the whole time he was talking to other teams, too, about being drafted as an undrafted free agent. But he said, you know, it's home anyway. So he said, let me take my chances. And, you know, I mean, he's from Mount Lebanon. He probably was there the whole time. I don't know if he was back in the green room because he was in the green room when he got drafted. So maybe since he had a little buzz, he was like, you know what, let me go see, man. And he's such a productive player. I think that's why he was thinking, like, I might get drafted. He should be feeling good about himself. Did you check his stats out or anything like that?
Yeah, man. It looks like, I mean, he played like in the slot for Navy, which was, you know, basically, look, the Steelers love jet sweeps. So now they have a jet sweep specialist.
They drafted two of them.
Way more than that.
Right.
Yeah, I know the dude from Iowa. Look, you know how I think, Rich. I don't really want to watch white guys.
I knew it. I'm waiting, Iceman. I ain't want to say it, dog. I'm waiting for you to say it. I wasn't going to say it all show. I said, man, I'm watching the draft, thinking of you. As soon as they scooped that white dude, bruh, for Iowa, I'm like, Iceman's going to be on his ass, yo. That's funny. Funny.
And you know what? I was thinking of you. I brought you up, too, because, you know, you love the Great White Hope that the Eagles drafted at corner, who ended up being very good. I started talking about Seahorn. but someone drafted a white safety. I think it was Tampa. And I'm like, he's no John Lynch.
Right.
It. Like, you're wasting time doing that. But, we can differ on that. Like, I mean, I just they think that this dude will be like a Wes Welker, playing the slot and that kind of stuff. And he has great hands.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's a hometown kid. It's a good story. I feel like the Steelers had to kind of like salvage their draft. I give their draft like a C.
Ooh,
maybe Aller ends up being something, but like the first round pick is basically a tweener. We don't know if he's a guard, if he's a tackle, what he is. Like they drafted like an athlete with the first round pick. The first round pick should be someone that just plugs and plays. It should be hands down. That's what happens. But we've been missing a lot.
Yes.
Broderick Jones, a lot of our guys missed the first round.
Yeah, we have over, especially if you go back at least 10, 12 years, we missing first round guys. I mean, my problem with the tackle thing was too many tackles in the room now. I thought Dylan Cook played well. I thought, of course, Fatnu played well on his side. And then Broderick Jones got a chance to come back. And I just think it's a crowded room for a team that doesn't have a wide receiver room really at all. I mean, really only guys are DK Metcalf that actually played for the Steelers last year. Michael Pittman, okay, I think Michael Pittman's a good player. Yeah. Loved him coming out of school. But if you look at the stats, I mean, it's only about 600, 700 yards. And then, teams let you go for a reason. You never know what his flaws is until he's on your team. And then you're like, okay, we do need another guy, don't we? But I'm going to put it back on you because I didn't want to go too hard. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
No, I mean, I totally agree. And I don't know much about the Alabama wide receiver, like Alabama, but he's not fast. He's not super fast. He's not. He seems more like a possession guy.
Okay.
Which we have like a whole room of possession guys. I feel like. What we have are possession guys. There's no burner there.
Well, no. Let me correct you on that. I think DK Metcalf's a burner. Okay. That's what he's going to do best, and we need to put him in a position where he can be the burner. He doesn't need to be the super number one guy. That's why Seattle got rid of him. They had Olave. He's the number one. DK, you asking for too much money. Maybe somebody else can use you, okay? But this Jeremy Bernard guy in the second pick, no, he's not a burner. But one thing I'll compare him to, let me see. I'm going to say Deebo Samuels / that'd be great. Yeah, he's definitely a run after the catch type of guy. He turns into a running back when he catches the ball. You ask me. And I said that all year watching Alabama, watched a lot of Alabama, not really on purpose, but they love to push him in your face, you know what I mean? And I thought he was a running back for about 2 games. I literally thought he was a running back catching balls out of the backfield. And that's because that's how he was turning it up, breaking tackles, strong dude. The yardage wasn't crazy, 800 and some yards. I think maybe 61 catches. So he's not blowing the top off like you said, but to add him into some other guys, the big guys that we do have, I think he can fit in, man. I truly do. I just wish we'd have did more at wide receiver. I think we could have did more.
Right. There's the guys at Alabama, too, the wideouts. No one's going to have, like, great numbers, because they all can play.
Okay.
They all – and you don't miss a lot on Alabama wide receivers.
True story.
I feel like their linemen are like, people are missing on.
Yeah.
Which blows my mind. They're huge, but they don't have like good feet. But they're the wide receivers. I mean, there's a whole list of them in the NFL that are all good.
Yeah.
But you miss on like quarterbacks with them because those wide receivers are all open. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad we didn't go after the quarterback. My thoughts. I kind of like hope that we like stuck this year and next year we can get one.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I think it was a C. We still don't have like a man in the middle. Like we didn't get a linebacker, right? There's no middle linebacker.
Okay, right, nope, didn't get that. That disappointed me. But tell me what you think about something you just said, okay? You just said you still want to get the quarterback last year. You're hoping we lose. But doesn't this, okay, so my question of the day during the draft or in the second round, third round, is Omar Khan on the hot seat, right? And this is why the part I gave the draft a B-, okay? I'm a little better than you. I gave it a B-, but still, it was stuff like the Drew Aller thing, okay? You pick a 6th-round pick last year. You say it's a weak quarterback draft, right? You pick a 6th-round pick last year. Right. Then you come on top of him and you pick a 3rd-round pick. You know what I mean? So what do? You just, next year, if you're not good, you just jump up and you get a 1st-round pick. Now, that guy's got to play, right? You just wasted 2 picks on Drew Aller and you wasted another pick on Will Howard. That could have been players on the team. And that's what I was mad about. Like, you know, we could have picked the wide receiver first, but I did hear he canceled his meeting. Omar Cooper, that's what I was about to talk about right before you called. Omar Cooper, that's who I wanted. Yeah, he canceled his meeting, you know. And so did the 2nd pick in the draft, though. So did the edge rusher, Bailey, that went 2nd to the Jets. Yeah. He also canceled, but they still picked him. But they're the Jets, though. Is that the right move? You can't trust the Jets. Like, you're thinking, like, maybe we should have did that, even though he canceled his. I guess Omar Cooper, for whatever reason, he basically turned the Steelers off by not showing up to the meeting, maybe. I think that had a lot to do with those them not picking him. And I was pissed. But maybe they had their right to do it, you know? And I had to do my homework first.
No, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So, not sure why it was canceled, but still.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, it's a good weekend. It's a great weekend to get football going back on. You know, the Pens pulled one out. They're not dead yet. Man. So, you know, we'll see tomorrow night. But, you know, I did not want to get swept by Philly. But Crosby was vintage Crosby yesterday.
He was.
What happens tomorrow? I seen that. I
seen that as soon as the game started.
All right, man. Great show. Hey, keep up the good work.
Hey, appreciate it, Iceman. Hey, call in anytime. You know that, man.
You got it, man.
All right. All right. One, yep. All right, that's my man. Iceman might have been out of town, but he wasn't out of tune, man. He seen what he needed to see. He gave it a C, though. Speaking of C, what he needed to see, Iceman giving it a C. I'm saying B-. They definitely recovered. Only reason I'm saying B-, fellas, I'm telling you, man, let's get into what the Steelers picked up, man. Let's get into our Steeler focus. And let me see. There we go. Here's the Steeler picks right here. Let's take a look. Round 1, Big Max. Round 2, Jeremy Bernard, man. I'm pretty sure we're saying his name right. I heard it, Jeremy, a few times. Spelled pretty funny. But like I said, man, turns into a running back once he catches the ball. Comparing them to Deebo Samuels, maybe a couple other cats around the league. That's good after the catch, strong after the catch. But really, that's who, you know, I want to compare him to. I'm not calling him exactly that, but, you know, same type of build, but tough, man. Going to make that tough catch. That's what I seen on his film, man. All right, round 3, back to not liking it, man, because I was happy when they rebounded, man. I was talking shit on the show at the beginning of the show. Then they moved up in the draft, scooped up who they really, you know, were interested in next. Omar Cooper wasn't the guy. Didn't show up to his meeting or canceled it or whatever, so they were out on him, man. But they were out on him. And then Boston went before Jeremy, and I was like, dang, man, are we really going to do this? But the Steelers do pick one wide receiver, one legit wide receiver. We'll get to the other guys. And Jeremy Bernard, okay? And I'm happy. I'm happy. Any help is good help, and that's all I was trying to say. Round 3 comes up. The first pick in round 3, we go Drew Aller, and I go back down, man. This is where their grade, to me, goes back down. Yeah, Drew Aller, is he a confident quarterback? Yeah, he may be. Is he a guy with a strong arm and a big dude coming out of a competitive conference in the Big Ten? Yeah, he may be. But that's just not good enough for me for a 3rd round pick, okay? On a team where you got a 6th round pick where you say you had faith in him, I guess we kind of throwing that out the door with Will Howard. I mean, but I guess you could be curating competition, you know? That's cool. But what does this say to Aaron Rodgers? What do y'all think, man? Does you think that Aaron Rodgers wants to come back with 2 guys on a team like this? Do you think Aaron Rodgers wants to look over his shoulder? Do y'all think Aaron Rodgers wants to look over his shoulder? I don't think so, man. I really don't think Aaron Rodgers wants to look over his shoulder. Iceman says, how many of these guys make the team? That's a lot of picks. It is. It is. Also says in the chat, people are saying Penn State University didn't use Aller right. Too many design runs for him. And then we do all know that Penn State don't use really, I mean, when do they put quarterbacks into the league? So is that true? Is that true? And when they do come to the league, they turn into fullbacks, Marcus Robinson, and I mean, we ain't had a really good quarterback out of Penn State. But Kerry Collins? Anybody else know Kerry Collins? That's what I'm thinking. All right, so enough with Drew Aller there. I do like the second pick in the third round, Dalen Everett, the cornerback. Once again, the reason they got a B- picking another guy in a room full of guys, which is cool though. I mean, you don't want somebody, if somebody gets hurt or something like that, I mean, you just played Jamil Dean money. JPJ is one of the best corners in the league, and you signed Asante Samuels. You got the three guys, and you really still got Jalen Ramsey, right? We don't know if he's going back to corner. They haven't decided or whatever. So, you know, I don't know if I would have reached this high, but he is a good player. And when I say I don't like these picks, let me make this clear. I'm not saying, I believe I said this at the beginning of the show, I'm not saying I don't like the players. Because I really do like the players. Other than Drew Aller, I'm not really too high on. I really do like all these players. When I went back and checked out all these players, and some of them I knew already, I really do like these players. Max is the guy, man. I really liked how he was pass blocking like crazy. You know? Bernard, great after the run. Dalen Everett was a really good-looking, strong, long corner to me. 6'2", 200 pounds. I'm loving it. Dunker, the other third-round pick, at guard / tackle. Now, I do really think they're going to move this dude to guard. Great pick. This might be the pick of the draft for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay? This might be the pick of the draft for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And why do I say that? Is because this is the position I really wanted, man. This is the position I really wanted. Iceman in the chat says, I like the entertainment value of Rodgers, but I just as soon have Rudolph. Don't care what he does. Yeah, man. I'm done. I'm over the Rodgers thing. Over it. I mean, seriously. I'm over the Rodgers thing. I don't really want to even talk about it, but I still got a feeling that it's a possibility Aaron Rodgers could be back in the Steelers uniform, man. Nobody wants it. Nobody wanted to tackle in the first round, and that's still what they did. So don't bank on that Aaron Rodgers ain't coming back. But I think Drew Aller might be throwing a wrench in his system. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Caden Wetchin, man. Let's get to the wide receiver returner. They had to put returner on there under the wide receiver because that's all they do is return. But we are missing that. You got to think, Calvin Austin III is gone. So, yeah, we didn't have a guy to really return punts, and maybe he could fit in and play some slot. We don't know. He only had 150 receptions. I think 150 yards in receiving with about 20 receptions or something like that. But he is a hell of a kick returner. You know, man, I'll get into all these highlights and stuff on a different show, man. And I just wanted to talk about the draft alone tonight. Round 5, Riley Nowinski, man, tight end, fullback from Indiana. If you've seen Indiana play, which you should have if you paid attention to college football, my boy was going hard. He don't do the exciting shit, but he do the tough, gritty shit. And we need some grit on this team, man. We really do need some grit on the team. And the team, people have been begging for a fullback, and I think he's replacing Connor. He's replacement for Connor Hayward. Also, I know how my boy likes to run the ball. White Mike likes to run the ball, man. He's getting the fullback. I think you'll really see this guy line up a fullback, and you'll see him catch the ball too, man. If you're smart, you'll give him the ball. People ain't going to be paying attention to him, And he was tough when he got the ball, man. He go A to B, and he's on it, man. All right, this Gabriel Rubio dude in round 6, though, man. I was really liking that pick, too. You know, big, strong dude, defensive tackle. We could always use the extra one of them dudes, plug a hole. People get hurt every day down in the trenches. People get tired down in the trenches. So, yeah, let's see if we can get something out of Rubio, out of Notre Dame, man. So I was liking that a lot. I watched the tape. Big, strong, thick dude. I like it. Round 7, had 2 picks in round 7. The Robert Spears Jennings, safety that runs a 4.3. He's just as fast as the cornerback that we picked in the 3rd round, and about 200 pounds too. So, you know, them 2 dudes is going to be key special teams dudes. I would not be surprised if these are the 2 gunners on our team. Okay, and we had to replace the special teams. That's another person we lost with Mike Tomlin, is people like Miles Killebrew, and we lost our special teams coach, right? So, you know, I'm telling you, you could lose a lot of games in special teams, right? You can lose a lot of games in special teams. Uh-oh. Derek in the chat, what's up, baby? What's the deal? I think the Steelers are banking on next year's QB draft class. We will see, man. We just got done talking about that. And Iceman says, I can't take it. He's talking about Aaron Rodgers still. I thought you would still give him a C on the draft, which I'm sure you ain't changed your mind yet. You know, but you know, the draft grade can change anytime, man. You know we got to see these boys play and still see what's up. But with Drew Aller and Will Howard now on the roster as 3rd and 6th round picks, I'm afraid. I mean, we're already worried about Aaron Rodgers coming back. They're already a waste if Aaron Rodgers comes back for this year at least. But we can work on the future. But the future, like Derek just said, is the Steelers. We thought the plan was to wait for next year, but that goes to show you Steelers ain't listening to us, man. As much as we want them to listen to us, they not going to do it, man. They got 6 rings. They don't give a damn about what we think, man. They don't. Now, they made us happy at the end of the draft. And before I get to that, man, let's go ahead and support the show and fill up the PlayStation 5 pot, man. We're going to give away a PlayStation 5. You hit the Cash App, Underground 2525, with $1, $2, a pork chop, whatever you feel like giving, man. You see we got $30 in the pot already, so people been being generous to the Underground, man. Hope y'all enjoy the show for sure. But we got to get away this PlayStation 5 on week 8 of the Steelers season. Between week 8 and week 9, that's the plan. Maybe we can raise enough to give away 2 of them, and that'll be lit, man. This will help support the channel. But the only way to get in is to support to the show. Like, I don't care. I don't care if it's 50 cents, $1, a quarter, don't matter, man. You get your support in there, and you'll get a ticket, basically, to win a PlayStation 5. Man. So that's how you're going to get in, man. That's all you got to do to get in. Now, how we going to give it away? We'll get to that later. We got plenty of time to get to that. But you can't get in, period. Believe me, I'm recording everybody down that supports the show, man. And I hope it don't go too fast for me, but it's all recorded on Cash App. So I appreciate it, man. If you're one of the people that donated already, I appreciate it. If not, man, get up at the Cash App, man. Support the show. You know what I'm saying? Our last guy on this board, man, who made everybody feel good, man, Eli Heidenreich, man, made everybody feel good. And, you know, you just don't just be feeling good because he's a Marine. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's just me. We got a Marine on the team. You know it's on, baby. You already know it's on if we got a Marine on the squad. But he brings much more than being a leader that the Marine Corps makes him. Okay? And I ain't going to say the Marine Corps make him, because leaders go to the Marine Corps. You know what I'm saying? Leaders go to the Marine Corps. Period. So my boy was always a leader. But that ain't all that my man Heidenreich, you know what I'm saying? Sounding real German out there. You know what I'm saying? He saved the day being the hero, man. And he made Pittsburgh look so good, man. Let's just check out what he's doing out here, though, man. All right, so midshipman running back wide receiver, Eli, who set school records with 1,994 career receiving yards and 16 touchdowns, averaging over 18 yards per catch. Did y'all catch that? 18 yards per catch. Do you know? Do you know how crazy that is? Playing for Navy, who runs the option, bruh. And let's get more crazier, okay? Let's get more crazier. My man had, in 2026, he recorded 1,157 rushing yards and 23 total touchdowns. Known for his 2025 season with 941 receiving yards. I think I read that wrong, man. It said the 2026 NFL draft prospect recorded 1,157 rushing yards and 23 total touchdowns. Known for his 2025 season, which was last year, with 941 receiving yards. 51 receptions, 941 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns. Plus 499 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. Now look here. I know it was college football, but DK Metcalf had about 941 receiving yards as our leading receiver last year. And one of our best running backs who ain't there no more, what's his name? Number 14. Y'all know who I'm talking about, but I'm going to keep it moving. He only had about 499 yards rushing last year. So every time you seen him getting busy, that's the type of impact he had. So say if you was watching the Steelers, right? Every time DK Metcalf did something, and every time, dang, why can't I think of his name? He's our MVP last year, but every time he did something last year, I hate myself for that. Every time he did something last year, you got to combine them two together. That's what he did at Navy. That's what he did at Navy last year. That's going to get on my nerves. Hold up. Yeah, but your boy gets it in. Oh, Kenneth Gainwell. All right, so it's just messing me up. Anyway, every time you seen Kenneth Gainwell and DK Metcalf did anything, that's like putting them two together as one person, and that's what he did for Navy. Real shit. Real shit. And I know it's college football, but Navy, they don't play all scrubs now. They get it on. I seen the Notre Dame game. He did his thing in that game, too. Breaking all Navy's records. So nobody's doing a thing for Navy like he did. Okay? Now, for real, he really reminds me of Christian McCaffrey, man. Not saying he's going to be Christian McCaffrey. Might not even get the opportunity, man. But Christian McCaffrey, I'm sure, was the number 1 pick in the draft. He probably won't even get that type of opportunity with Rico Dowdle and Jalen Warren. But he's going to get a lot of preseason work. I can see that. And he is going to get a chance to make this team. I ain't no way the Steelers ain't going to let this kid make the team. I mean, he'd have to fumble the rock here and there to not make this team. I can see him being a kick returner. I can see him being a 5th wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? They picked this dude up for a reason. The production is crazy, man. All he could do is mess it up from here, man. What the Steelers want is him to have this opportunity. Believe me, he's going to sell 1 million jerseys here, man. The boy literally grew right up the street. That's crazy that we got a coach that grew up the street, and now we got a player that really grew up the street. And I'm proud of the Steelers for that, man. The Steelers do this all the time, man. You know, they're going to make sure they get your son. They're going to make sure they get your brother. They're going to make sure they make the family happy and keep it family, man, and win at the same time. They find a way to do it, man. So I think they replaced Cam Hayward with a few players out at the same time. As long as you can find somebody to do the tush push, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool, man. I'm cool with it. But yeah, that's me going down the list, man, of the Steelers draft picks. I do think we had a good draft, man. I'm going to give it a B-. Really like maybe a B, man, as I go through the list. I really do like a lot of these players. I do, man, as players. But I just don't think we picked up enough legit wide receiver help, man. I seen some dudes get off the board that I really wanted to see, man. Let me close this out, and then I'll show you some of the things. Like I was saying, I was thinking I want it, man. Even if you go back to our wide receiver versus show.
Call for him. DAREKKISSIMER.
Oh, shit. We got another caller in the line. Let's get to that real quick. Hold up.
Call for him. DAREKKISSIMER.
To accept.
What's the underground? You on the hotline? What's the deal, baby?
How you doing? It's Caveman.
What? Oh, Caveman, what's the deal with you, bro?
Not much. I just was wondering. So, I don't know if you saw or not, but the Steelers, they called Mekhi Lemon. They were about to draft him. And then Philadelphia scoops in there and snipes him.
Right?
Do you think overall, do you think the Steelers dodged a bullet on getting Mekhi Lemon and taking Max instead?
I mean, if you don't like Stevie Wonder, you know what I'm saying? They dodged the bullet because I don't know what's wrong with that boy, man. He doing all this and all that with his head. But no, I think they missed out on a really good player. I think they missed out on Palomalu on offense. I think they missed out on that Hines Ward type of spirit. I think they missed out on a playmaker who's really highly spirited and a leader, man. That's just what I seen. Biletnikoff, award winner over Cornell Tate, over other guys. Jordan Tyson picked in front of him. I mean, he dropped right into her lap, man, and the Eagles scooped him. I don't think they dodged a bullet unless something, wild happens or something like that. But you got to think about it like this. Howie Roseman is considered the best GM in football, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he put this team together, or if the way he's put this team together in the past, and if he liked them, man, I mean, who can argue that, my man? So what you thinking, Caveman?
I don't know. Like some of his interviews, I just don't know if personality-wise he'd be a good fit for the Steelers. Like I would love to have his talent on the team, but.
Ooh, okay. I'm listening. Tell me why. Tell me why.
The Steelers have struggled with some people with any I don't know, George Pickens, for example. He's a bit more extreme, but I don't know. I just feel like Mekhi Lemon wouldn't blend with the locker room very well.
Oh, say that one more time. I didn't catch the end of that.
I feel like Mekhi Lemon would not blend with the locker room very well.
Oh, okay. And you want to dig any little deeper than that? What's some of the signs that makes you think Mekhi Lemon wouldn't blend with the locker room?
I don't know. Just some of the interviews I was watching, I just feel like he kind of gave off it's kind of superstitious. He came off kind of weird, a weird vibe.
He did. I can see it. And I think that's why he dropped. You think that's why he dropped?
I think that's part of it. Maybe some of those interviews or some of the meetings with some of the teams just didn't go too well.
Yeah.
They just didn't want him.
Yeah, because, I mean, he carried, like I said, I was joking at the beginning with the Stevie Wonder thing, but that's how, he's always shaking his head and, kind of I don't want to call it childish, but just kind of immature. If you want to look at it like that, I can see somebody taking it like that. I see a guy maybe with a little bit of intensity too, though, man. Sometimes you need some dogs, man. Mike Tomlin used to say it all the time. I don't want dudes that I gotta push, man. I want to say whoa. I don't want to say go. You know what I'm saying? And you need some dogs, man. You really need some dogs. But sometimes it can go too far. DK Metcalf's a dog, and we all know he's the type of dude that's worried about the crowd. It's proven already, right? And George Pickens, he's worried about himself. He's a dog, but there's always a bad part to being a dog. And you hope you can get somebody that's a dog that works out. I think Antonio Brown was kind of one of those dudes that, was a dog, but he loved football so much that he was able to focus on football only. You know what I mean? That's the part that's hard to find. But I would agree with you. I think he did drop because of a little bit of his personality that he maybe showed a little too much, man. I do agree with that. But I was willing to take him because I knew we had to get whatever receiver dropped, and I'm looking for talent. But I get what you're saying. Jeremy Bernard, maybe he's more of a team player type of dude, man, and fit into the locker room. But, we'll see.
Yeah, I agree with your point, though. Steelers do need, a strong, wide receiver one. Someone who, knows they're the best, goes out there and plays like they're the best.
Yeah.
And, he would have probably been that guy.
Yeah, it could have been. He really could have been. Or he would have definitely, it might have not been overnight, but I think he would have fit in well for our success right now. If they want to bring Aaron Rodgers back, and that's what they've been saying, we need help now, man. I don't think a tackle helps Aaron Rodgers right now. I think Dylan Cook was doing okay. I think they need to leave your boy on the right where he was at, Fontenot, and play Dylan Cook. He's already under contract. I mean, think about this. You got a guy that played a whole month of football in a playoff game last year. So is that not enough to prove that he can be a starting tackle? He only gave up 1 sack in that time, and that was to Aiden Hutchinson. The rest of the game, he controlled him, and we won that game. There's a lot of run plays, big run plays. We had 2 big run plays that went right up his side in that game. I just think that was enough of an interview compared to a college kid. Why are you getting a college kid to replace a dude that played for a whole month in the playoffs and protected Aaron Rodgers? You know, Aaron Rodgers was only sacked 29 times last year, and Josh Allen was sacked 40 times last year, and you're going to tell us our O-line needs help? I disagree. I truly disagree.
Yeah.
But our pass game was ranked 29th.
He has a lot of upside, though, so I'm not, mad about it.
No. You never can be mad about an offensive lineman. I'm not mad at him as a player. I think he blocks better than Broderick Jones. Don't get it twisted. But you already had a replacement for Broderick Jones. I don't like the numbers. When's the last time you seen 4 tackles on the field at the same time? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You just don't. But right now, we got 3 wide receivers. We got Bernard. If you're not counting Roman Wilson, who didn't play a lick last year, we got Bernard, who you know is going to play because they traded up in the second round. Metcalf and Michael Pittman because they traded for him. Other than that, our roster is kind of like still empty. If you want to include Roman Wilson, you can. But, I think we needed to get at least 2 wide receivers and wouldn't have minded getting the wide receiver first because I think that was the biggest priority. I thought the whole Berg thought that.
Yeah, definitely.
So what you think about the Pens, K, man? For you know what I mean? I don't know if you was about to get out of here or not, but I've been curious to talk to you, brother. I've been thinking about you, and I've been wanting to know what you were thinking about, especially the 3-0 lead, and then now it's 3-1, man. It could be a gentleman's sweep, but what you thinking, brother?
Well, I really hate Philly. Penguins, they played right into how Philly wanted them to play.
True story.
It just shows. They've given up stupid penalties. They just got to take the hit.
Yeah.
As much as I want to see them, knock the teeth out of some of those guys on Philly.
Yeah.
But they just played right into their hands. They weren't playing good hockey. I feel bad for Stuart Skinner. He was the best player on the ice for those first 3 games. It was not his fault at all.
Yeah. I didn't think it was Skinner's fault, too.
They didn't want it. They didn't want anything.
I'm glad you said that because that was the question I was going to ask you. How did you think Skinner played? And we and you also talked about Evgeny Malcolm, did we not? And would they re-sign him? And what are you thinking now? We talked about that maybe a month or so ago. What do you think now?
I think they still keep Malkin. I know it was game 1 and game 3.
Mm-hmm.
He scored the first goals for the Pens.
He did.
And he's the only person that was keeping the ice going. Him, Blake Lizotte was keeping him going on that 4th line. And that was really it. But I know Chris Letang scored an absolute very important goal last night, but I think Letang is kind of on the hot seat. I think he might be going.
Yeah. So I just feel like the party's going to get broke up. Okay. All right, I appreciate it, Kane, man. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to know what you thought, man, because I'm sitting there watching the games I ain't heard from Kane, man, in a minute. I need to know what's up. But we thinking alike, man. I don't know about Malkin, though. I believe I told you, if he finished off properly, I think that he gets re-signed. I think if he doesn't do well in the playoffs, and he has some turnovers, too. I know you said he scored the first goal that second game or whatever like that, but that first game, man, he was turning the puck over like crazy. So we'll see how it comes out. We'll see. All right, Pittsburgh Big Dog in the chat says, salute, man. Salute to you too, man. And I'm hearing this rumor, man. That K-Man's going to ROTC. You know what I'm saying? Is that a rumor?
Yeah, that's true.
It's true. Okay, that's what's up, man. Hey, your boy got his joint on too today, man. I've been there, done that, man. Hey, I'm proud of you, man. That's a good choice. You got to do what you got to do in life, man, and it can help you out, man. There's nothing like the benefits of being a veteran, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot of jealous people out there that, you know, they're not jealous of you, but they jealous that they did not go, brother. So if you can stick in there, do what you got to do, and do what you got to do, you know what I'm saying? It's going to benefit you in your life, man. I'll tell you that much right now, man. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So it's a great decision, man. Talking to another veteran right here. So do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Kate, man. We're going to get back to the show, man. Any last words?
Yep. Yes, sir. Have a good night.
All right, man. Have a good night. Appreciate the call. All right. That's the K, man. Out of here, baby. Good to hear from you, my man. Seeing you in the chat here and there, you know what I'm saying? But good to hear your voice. I need to know how you felt about them Pens, man. Pittsburgh big dog in the house, man. Salute. Yes, sir, man. Hey, y'all go watch SC Sports World 2, man. Big time Pittsburgh talk over there, man. Wednesday night, I'll be tuned in. I'll be in the chat, man. So y'all come over there, too. And join me in the chat, man. They always got a great chat over there, man. They go back and forth, man. Callers on the line, all that good stuff. They got a great panel of about 4 or 5 dudes, man. And they get it on, man. They get it on. So, Iceman says Letang sucks, man. Dude. The whole Penguins suck right now, man. That's messed up. That's messed up. All right, let's check out some grades real quick. What I did want to do is go around the league and see what everybody else is looking. But before we get to that, man, let's get to some controversial stuff. Let's look at Neon Sanders and my man Bill Belichick. Both of these guys I like a lot, man. But do you believe, man, I was mad about Pitt. Where did Cal Lewis go to? Pitt only had one guy that went in the draft. Cal Lewis, I can't remember where he went to. Oh, I know, Miami with Jacob Rodriguez, man. They went linebacker hard. I can't wait to watch my man Cal Lewis, man. I was hoping the Steelers snuck in there and picked him for a special team type of dude, but he went way too early for their blood. But he's a good player, man, and it's good to match him up with Rodriguez. But these two dudes right here did not put a draft pick into the draft of 2026 here in Pittsburgh, man. What do y'all think about that, man? Now, you know, I'm more surprised at Bill Belichick than I am, or more disappointed, both, for real, than I am at Dion. Dion is one of those coaches that's just, you know, coaching to be coaching because he was a great player, right? Bill Belichick is the real coach, right? He's the real coach. And I thought moving from the NFL down to a level like that, he'd be able to get guys ready to the NFL at the drop of a dime, right? And definitely I thought he would be able to put some DBs into the league since he was so good at turning no-name guys into great DBs in the NFL, right? Man, but jeez, it ain't really working out for him. I don't know if old girl's getting in his way. And with Dion, man, it seems like his son and Travis Hunter, his other son, really kind of helped him out very much, man. I mean, it ain't looking good without them two, and it don't really look good for neither one of these dudes coming up next, man. And, you know, if they didn't want his son, what makes you think they want other players that play for him, you know? Is it a boycott on these two, or is it a boycott on the kids that play for him? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. It could be either one. That's kind of deep, all right? But speaking of Sanders, man, let's dig into some other Sanders stuff right here. Let me move this around a little bit. How did I get that thing way up there like that? Yeah, speaking of some other Sanders here, his son and us and Drew Aller. I mean, why? Why did we pass up on his son last year? I'm still a little mad about that. I know I got some people in the chat that are not really fond of his son. I know I got some people in this chat that are fond of his son. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's going to be a running debate for a while. But this Drew Aller, I know way more guys that was negative about him. Way more guys that were negative about him. But look at what we're seeing here. 24 games for Shador. 7,364 games. This can be a little misleading, you know, because 45 games, what does that really mean? Is that just every game that he was even on the bench for, you know what I'm saying? And Shador started the whole time, so he played his 2 12-game seasons, right? But still, though, the stats are really similar. And we picked Drew Aller in the 3rd round, and we passed it right up on Shador. Maybe we were much more confident in Aaron Rodgers last year. Maybe that's it. Maybe this is a sign of that. Maybe it ain't just we don't like Shador. Because that's the first thing that comes to your mind, right? We just didn't like Shador. Nobody liked Shador. That's why he went the 5th round. Well, maybe they just didn't want to ruffle the feathers of Aaron Rodgers. And they just didn't give a fuck this year, right? But that's what we've been wanting. Them not to give a fuck this year about Aaron Rodgers. And we got what we wanted. Somewhat. Now, I would say 50% of the Steeler Nation likes Drew Aller a lot. And the other 50% is not at all with it. But of that 50% of the people that like Drew Aller, I still only think 25% of those people would have drafted him in the 3rd round. Right? So that's my problem with this. You didn't even think about Shador. Passed up on him a million times. Same stats. But the stat that's a kicker is that pass percentage, man. Shador broke records in college with that pass percentage, completion percentage. And I love completion percentage, man. And he got the numbers to go with it. And that's a whole almost 10% right there between Shador Sanders and Drew Aller. And that goes to show you, Drew Aller might put up some numbers, but he's going to do the goofy play. He's going to do the goofy play to lose the game. And I really didn't see Shador doing a lot of that in college. He was saving the day. That defense was trash. Penn State always got good defense. That guy's going in the trash in the draft. I mean, linebacker you know what I'm saying? So he had a lot of backup, man, and a lot more opportunities, I'm sure, to throw the ball around. I wish they would show attempts. You know? Then he had 2 good running backs that both went in the draft this year. Find a college football team where both running backs go into the draft. Speaking of that, in the 1st round, I talked about that Friday, Jeremiah Love and what's the other running back from Notre Dame? Pierce? They both went in the 1st round. That was crazy, man. That was definitely crazy. But yeah, I just had to put y'all down with that real quick right there, man. So, yeah, it was a good draft, man. It really was a good draft. I'm not too mad. I'm not too mad anymore. After the 1st round, I was pissed. Pittsburgh big dog, I know you was pissed too, man. You felt like the Steelers got fleeced, embarrassed themselves in their own city. You still feel like that, brother? Talked about that a little bit earlier with the caller on the line, man. Iceman was on the line. We talked about it a little bit. Iceman gave him a C. I'm giving him a B minus, maybe a B. I wanted to give him more than that. If they'd have done it my way, I'd have gave him more than that. Maybe I'm biased. I wanted to at least draft 2 wide receivers, though. How we ain't draft 2 wide receivers at least? But maybe, I guess you got to call Eli a wide receiver. I feel like he's going to be more of a running back. Something about him tells me he's going to be more like a running back. Let's check the measurements of my man Eli here. I think he's a bigger dude, man. I mean, he looks small, but he's 6 foot, 198 pounds. That's pretty good, man. Athletic score is at 82. And in 2026 Combine running back rank, that ranks 4th out of all running backs, his athletic score. Do they got 4.40, 1.5 split, 16 benches. 16 benches for a 6 foot dude, that ain't too bad, man. I really like Eli, man. Marine Corps, man. We got some Marine Corps on the team. I can't be mad. I can't be mad at all. So yeah, man. Call into the show. Put me in the chat. Give me your grade, man. There's a couple of y'all I ain't heard no grade from, man. I ain't heard no grade. I want to know how you really feel. I want to know how you really feel. All right, one more thing I want to get down with before we get out of here. Let's see. I want to check out some grades for some other teams. especially our rivals. When we come back Tuesday or next week, man, we can focus on a little more of the film and stuff like that. I want to get into that, but I've already been ramming my mouth enough today. For real. Let's get this off of here. And let's get to the draft grades. All right. Last but not least at all, let's get around the league and see what everybody did, man. Look at our division. Right up there first, man. We sitting in last place. Now, look, I really didn't even read this. I collected this and threw it up there so I could just react to it. But it looks like they gave the Steelers the same grade I gave the Steelers, man. Solid B. And they had to recover to get the solid B. Okay? I don't know what Vinny Iyer was thinking from Sports, what's this? Probably Sports Network or something like that. Sports Nation. That's Sports Nation. That's right. That's their logo. So, yeah, shout out to Vinny Iyer from Sports Nation, man. This is his list. And I'm just, reacting to it. He get paid to do this. And it looks like the Baltimore went crazy, and I think they went crazy too, man. Baltimore took the route that I wanted to take, okay? Baltimore went up there and went heavy wide receiver, man. Let me find it here real quick. Let's get back to Baltimore. Where we at? Baltimore. Here we go. Alphabetical order. I'm a little slow. Okay, I mean, they kind of hit the same scenario we did. They go for the offensive lineman in the first round. Then they got an edge rusher in the second round. But why these wide receivers was lingering, man, they went and got them, man. In the third round, pick number 80, they got Jacoby Lane, man, a guy I really liked. I did not think he would go before their fourth round pick, though, Elijah Surratt, with the 115th pick. I think he was the best route runner out of all these guys, man. Really, to me, out of Indiana, winning spirit, two back-to-back winning seasons for Indiana, not just any team. Indiana, they make the playoffs, then they follow it up with the championship. They come back and do it. Was he playing with the best quarterback? Yeah. But, I mean, that's what you're going to be doing in the league. You're going to be playing with great quarterbacks, so I'm not knocking him for that. I'm watching all the back shoulder catches Elijah Surratt is making, and I'm looking like, he looked like a dude that's ready to go in the NFL. To me, the routes he was running, the short routes, the long routes, all of it. And that was like an Omar Cooper also. But, man, for the Baltimore Ravens to get him, this is a guy I really wanted. And damn. Just like Zay Flowers. I really wanted Zay Flowers, and he went there. Really wanted Lamar Jackson, and he went there. But, yeah, they go back-to-back wide receivers, and that's the plan I want the Steelers to take if they went lineman first. So I wasn't mad about that. They just didn't go with my plan B either. And it's like, damn, that's what really made me drop them to a B. In my eyes, okay? In my eyes. So let's go to Cincinnati real quick and see what they did in the draft. They giving Cincinnati an A2, right? Yeah. Cincinnati got an A2 and Cleveland got a B+. Cleveland picked up my boy Taylor Green. A little mad about that too. I'd rather have Taylor Green than Drew Aller. Maybe I'm tripping. Somebody tell me. Here we go back to Cincinnati. Cassius Howell. They really liked him out of Texas A&M, the pass rusher. They didn't even have a first-round pick, and they still get a first-round caliber guy, edge rusher. Very important in the NFL. Sicario Davis, they went cornerback out of Washington. He was really looking good to me in the third round, so I think that's why people like this already. 2 fourth-round picks, they get a center, and they get a wide receiver, Kobe Young. He looked a little big and slow to me, but hey, in the fourth round, they don't really need starters. They need, players to contribute. So, yeah, man, Kobe Young, they must have seen a little bit in him and scooped him out. Another center, though? That's weird. One of them got to be moving to guard. Brian Parker, the second center, 6 rounds, 2 7th-round picks, tight end out of Texas, and then defensive tackle Landon Robinson. So that wraps it up. Like I said, edge rusher, real good, quick guy, man. A lot of people had him higher than where he went. Tacario Davis, really good too. Same thing there. A lot of people had him higher. So I think they're top heavy, but they needed defense, and they went defense heavy, and that's just smart, man. That's how you get an A. That's how you get an A, right? Cleveland next with a B plus in the division. Spencer Fano, big offensive tackle, man. He's gonna put in work. They went straight for the juggler, exactly where they needed the help. They went and fucking got it. They wasn't fucking around, man. After that, they went and got another receiver in the first round, Casey Concepcion, which we passed up. So we seen no value in him because obviously we thought the tackle was more worthy, and maybe they'll be right. I just wanted to go receiver heavy because I know that room's empty. We finished number 29th in passing last year, and our offensive line was ranked the 8th offensive line last year. So what's all the adjustment for? Why are we jamming a new guy in there? And I know he don't have to play, but shouldn't we be getting a guy that should have to play if we're trying to win now? So that's why I'd rather have Concepcion or even a Denzel Boston who went at 39 in the second round for them. They went back-to-back wide receivers like my plan was. They were short on wide receiver. They addressed it. I don't understand why the Steelers didn't address it. I truly don't. Then another guy the Steelers were focused on, even more than I was, and they had another second-round pick, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Okay, saying he's a real good safety out of the MAC. Once again, we talked about Mr. Irrelevant out of Buffalo in the MAC. Here's a guy from Toledo, second-round pick. Everybody was high on this kid, man. We're going to get into the film later one day, but yeah, everybody was high on this kid. Offensive tackle out of Florida came up next in the third round. Then they had 3 fifth-round picks. Alabama center, linebacker from Alabama, Justin Jefferson. We know that name. The last one was a tight end, Joe Royer from Cincinnati. I seen him. He was pretty, bulky-looking dude. And then with the luxury pick in the 6th round, they picked Taylor Green. Now they mixed up the pot with this one, man. Nobody touching Shador. Shador is holy. You know that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, my man Taylor Green coming to town to make a mess, man. Look here, Taylor Green. I'm a fan. I wanted you to play for the Steelers, but I ain't no hater, dog. I don't care what team you play for. If I mess with you, talent-wise, I don't know you as a young man, but as talent-wise, I like it. I like what I see, and I want to see you play. So that's why I'm a fan, because I truly want to see you play. And back to the Steelers. We got the B. Like I said, I heard C today. Didn't hear much else. But, hey, I heard some mad people. Then I heard some people saying, relax. You can find receivers anywhere. And we got the kick returner wide receiver. And then when we got Eli as the Marine on the team, but he's labeled as a running back. But who knows? We got 2 running backs already. I think he's going to have a better chance making the team as a receiver at this point. So why not? Right? Get your slash on. I ain't mad at it. Donker, once again, to me, the best pick in the draft for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe Jeremy Bernard may become second to me. And, of course, Big Max. Max Payne, baby. I do like Max Payne, dog. Pass blocking abilities look great. I'm thinking now it is what it is, Rich. You done spilled it out. You done told what you would have did, what they didn't do. But now it's time to buy in as a Steeler fan, baby. Now it's time to buy in as a Steeler fan. Because it is what it is, right? It is what it is. And these ain't bad players on this draft. They're not. They can help the team. But I thought the plan looks like the plan is going to be move Fontenot to the left, which you got to pay a guy at some point at left tackle. Might as well be the nice guy. So he's been doing good over there. You picked him first round pick. Move him over there. Maybe you could put this guy on the right because his whole college career he's playing on the right-hand side, and didn't even play high school football. So switching to the other side ain't as easy. I wouldn't put no rookie over there. Your best guy is Fontenot. You picked him in the first round. Looks like he needs to be on the left. But you could have left Dylan Cook there. But the money's on the right already. So this is why I just wouldn't have went that route. My guys would have been Dylan Cook. My guy would have been Fontenot on the right. And that'd have got me a guard. You already got Gunker late. You could have just did that late. And the Drew Allard pick and even the Max pick in the first round could have been wide receivers or weapons of some sort for that offense, man. It's clear the Steelers have no offense. We haven't had offense in years, man. We haven't had sustained, good, moving offense in years since the late Ben Roethlisberger years. And y'all know this. And part of the problem has been weapons, man. Has it been coaching? Yeah. But dudes ain't doing their job either, man. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with the dudes on the field a lot when I watch the Steeler game. Do it be coaching? Sometimes it do. But I also like to point out when players ain't giving the whole effort, when they ain't doing what they need to do to get right. And we've had some of them problems. We ain't going to get into them all exactly right now, but we know. We watched last season. We watched the season before that. We know. We need some. I'm looking for some young dogs. That's why I want Mekhi Lemon. He just looked hungry to me. But I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. I hope he is a bust for the Eagles because I definitely don't fuck with the Eagles. Definitely don't fuck with the Eagles. But yeah, bust out, man. We don't want no Mekhi Lemon. Mekhi who? Lemon. Mekhi Lemon. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Hit the Cash App up, Underground 2525 to support the show, man. Hit the like button to support the show even more, man. That's the real support I mean, man. Need to hit the like button, man. We got a couple dollars up in the PlayStation 5 giveaway pot, man. So let's do it, man. Let's give away this PlayStation 5 to a lucky person, man. All you got to do is contribute a little bit, man. $1, $2, a pork chop. And we up in there. You know what I'm saying? You up in there. You up in there. It could be your PS5 in the pot cooking, brewing. You know what I mean? But yeah, I appreciate for everybody coming out tonight, man. We're going to get out of here, man. It's the Underground Sports Show, man. I'll see y'all later this week. We're going to keep talking draft a little bit, man. And then we got to get into the NBA, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this football is going to die down a little bit. See what the UFL do for us. You know what I'm saying? See if the Pirates can keep kicking it, man. They in third place. That's what's up. That's going to go back and forth. But they are in the best division in baseball, so it's all good. And let's see if the Penguins can entertain us one more time. What is it? Tomorrow night might be Tuesday night. I got to check up on that. But one more game for the Penguins, man. Let's see. It's the Underground Sports Show, man. I appreciate y'all coming out, man. We out of here, man. Let's go.
Yeah, it's the underground. It's the underground. It's the underground. It's the underground. You better pass. You better run. And that's your ass. Boy, you done. It's the underground. It's the underground. Yeah, it's the underground. It's the underground. You better pass. You better run. And that's your ass. Boy, you done. Move the sticks. First down. You better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip the coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the bars, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass. Boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run. And that's your ass. Boy, you done. Now everything they told us was a lie. They told you where you from, now that's a lie. We used to be some monkeys, that's a lie. Cause everything they told us was a lie. Yeah. Now everything they told us was a lie. They told us where we from, now that's a lie. We used to be some monkeys, that's a lie. Cause everything they told us was a lie. Yeah, wake up, it's about time. I put this knowledge in the motherfucking rhyme. Yeah, it's Ill City to the end. G for L where I began. Yeah, now I'm tired of the lies. Come on, open up your eyes. Filthy Rich, that's my name. I'm about to put you on game. Them wasn't no planes. Yeah, up in smoke, Mary Jane. Yeah, now we getting mad high. Time to look up in the sky. Yeah, now you tell me you don't see that. Where the fuck is your brain at? I'm in love with the cocoa. Try to give me that shot, that's a no-no. Yeah, man, I told you from the start. Yeah, I wasn't taking no parts. Yeah, now it's the Armageddon. You better get you a weapon. Cause everything they told us was a lie. They told you where you from, now that's a lie. We used to be some monkeys, that's a lie. Cause everything they told us was a lie. Yeah. Now everything they told us was a lie. They told you where you from, now that's a lie. We used to be some monkeys, that's a lie. Cause everything they told us was a lie. Yeah. Now they went to the moon. You must be high on some shrooms. And they say they was some pilgrims, but they came for our children. Yeah, we about to ride in the streets, cause my family gotta eat. They said it's Thanksgiving, but look at all the land that they taking. You ain't spending on the earth, boy. All you spending is your work, boy. Cause all they do is lie, man. What the fuck is going on, man? Cause everything they told us was a lie. They told you where you're from, now that's a lie. We used to be some monkeys, that's a lie. Now everything they told us was a lie.